Their Eyes Were Watching God, written by Harlem Renaissance author Zora Neale Hurston, was first offered through the J. B. Lippincott Company in 1937 and is now published by Virago Press. This novel tells the story of Janie Crawford, an African-American woman who has recently, mysteriously, returned to her hometown in West Florida. The story of Janie's life that first led her away from and then brought her back home is told in retrospect by Janie to her closest friend. This portrait, painted through the eyes of the granddaughter of a former slave, the daughter of a mixed-raced mother, the result of a coupling between her grandmother and a slave owner, is told metaphorically as much as it is depicted realistically. In one seminal scene from the novel, Janie's sexual awakening is symbolized by the Florida pear tree. Hurston writes, "She, Janie, stretched on her back beneath the pear tree, soaking in the alto chant of the visiting bees, the gold of the sun, and the panting breath of the breeze, when she saw a dust-bearing bee sink into the sanctum of a bloom. The thousand sister calyxes arch to meet the love embrace, and the ecstatic shiver of the tree from root to tiniest branch. She had been summoned to behold a revelation. Oh, to be a pear tree, any tree in bloom, with kissing bees singing of the beginning of the world." Not only does this novel reveal the personal history of Janie, however, but is in fact acclaimed for the way in which it reveals a glimpse into the native African-American experience, and more specifically, the battle of the African-American female for her rights in and out of slavery. It is also told in the language of its people, Ebonics, American Black English. In Their Eyes Were Watching God, Nanny, Janie's grandmother, tells of the plight of the black woman using this very language. "De white man is de ruler of everything as fur as I been told. So de white man throw down de load and tell the black man to pick it up. He pick it up because he have to, but he don't tote it. He hand it to his women folks. The black woman is the mule of the world, so far as I can see." Hurston herself was born in Alabama but grew up in Eatonville, Florida, the first incorporated black town in the United States. Claiming to be 10 years younger than her actual age of 26, Hurston received a high school education and went on to attend Bernard College on a scholarship. It was there that she became part of the Harlem Renaissance. A flowering of African-American culture, it was a celebration of blackness that supported a sense of racial pride. The Renaissance fueled vital works of art, music, and literature into the 1930s and beyond. Notable figures include Langston Hughes, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, and Billie Holiday, to name a few. The Harlem Renaissance gave rise to a proud black culture determined to participate fully in American life. Many African Americans experienced a new self-consciousness and awareness. Black folk tales and music were discovered and revitalized, and to look at this novel in this context might lead to an increased understanding of the work of Zora Neale Hurston and her contemporaries. Although one of the most prominent authors of the Harlem Renaissance, by the 1950s Hurston was reduced to living in obscurity, working as a maid in a Florida hotel. She was, however, received much acclaim posthumously, and now is recognized as one of the greatest African-American female authors of the time. Indeed, of all time. Some of the most significant writers of the 20th century, including Alice Walker, Toni Morrison, and Maya Angelou, the last two of whom we've already discussed in Reading America, credit Hurston as being their literary foremother. Alice Walker suggests of Their Eyes Were Watching God. "There is no book more important to me than this one. It speaks to me as no novel, past or present, has ever done." Toni Morrison adds that, in her opinion, Zora Neale Hurston is one of the greatest authors of all time. But why don't you be the judge for yourself by downloading Their Eyes Were Watching God as an ebook today?